Time now for the Bullpen Show, where we get a chance to warm up for today's Colfax Viking Baseball game. Now, let's head out to the bullpen.
Hello and welcome to the NLWN-TV studios. Rick Olson here, and today we're getting ready to bring you the Colfax Vikings, who will be taking on the Clear Lake Warriors in a makeup game from one that was rained out back on April 23rd from Colfax High School. Now, coming into the last half of this week, the Vikings had a Dunn-St Croix Conference record of 1 win and 5 losses, while the Warriors were sporting a conference record of no wins and 4 losses. The Vikings were scheduled to play the Glenwood City Hilltoppers yesterday, while the Warriors took on the Mondovi Buffaloes yesterday, and we'll bring you the details on those games during today's game. Now, coming up in today's bullpen show, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Vikings and the Clear Lake Warriors. Then we'll get to know one of the Viking players in Viking Profile. Following that, we'll take a quick look around the Dunn-St Croix Conference to see where things stand. And finally, we'll send it out to the ballpark for some exciting high school baseball. All that coming up right after this brief timeout as you're tuned to the Bullpen Show on NLWN-TV. Welcome back to the bullpen, where we're getting warmed up for today's matchup between the Colfax Vikings and the Clear Lake Warriors. Now, the Vikings are looking to take care of the task they were hoping to do back on April 23rd when their matchup with the Warriors was rained out. Now, coming into the last half of this week, the Vikings were coming off a 9-6 non-conference loss to the McDonald Central Max. That was a week ago today. And the Warriors are coming off a 5-0 defeat at the hands of the Durand, Arkansas Panthers on Tuesday. Now, the Vikings took on the Glenwood City Hilltoppers yesterday, while the Warriors faced the Mondovi Buffaloes, and we'll bring you all those details during today's game. Now, in the Viking game against the McDonald Central Max on Friday, the Vikings fell behind 5-0 going into the third inning. That's when the Vikings began clawing their way back into the game. The final out was made in the 7th inning when Caleb Bailey, who represented the tying run, sent a fly ball to deep center field, only to be caught by the Max Eli Stopp. Leading the way for the Vikings at the plate was freshman Jimmy Hobein, who went 3 for 3 with 2 RBI. He was followed by junior Caleb Bailey, who went 1 for 4 with 3 runs scored. Ryan Nichols contributed by going 1 for 3 with 2 RBI, and Rob Holman also went 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Now, taking the loss on the mound was Hobein, who pitched 4 innings, giving up all 9 runs, while only 6 were earned on 8 hits, walking 4 and striking out 2. Holman pitched a strong 2 innings of relief without giving up any runs and allowing only 1 hit. Now, the Clear Lake Warriors are off to a rough start this season. They come into the last half of the week with an 0-4 record, giving up 10 runs per game while scoring only 4. Now, leading the way at the plate is senior Drew Brantner, who's batting .444. He's followed by senior Ryan Prestrud, who's hitting for a .385 average with 3 doubles. In addition, sophomore Jarek Manning has contributed with a .250 average, which includes a home run. Now, on the mound, the Warriors are being led by Lundgren, who has a 6.22 ERA in 9 innings pitched. He's allowed 16 runs, 8 of which are earned, on 11 hits while walking 18 and striking out 9. Prestrud has a 4.38 ERA in 8 innings of work. Now, for the Vikings thus far this season, leading the way at the plate are Jimmy Hobein and Ryan Nichols, who are each swinging the bat for a .333 average. Hobein has scored 4 runs and driven in 3, while Nichols has scored twice while driving in 4 runs. They're being followed by Rob Holman, who's hitting at a 267 pace with 6 runs and a pair of RBI. Grant Cook at 222 and Grant Palowitz at 200 round out the Vikings hitting 200 or better. On the mound, Caleb Bailey leads the way, compiling a 1-3 record with 16 2/3 innings pitched. He has a whip of 2.40, and he's followed by Jimmy Hobine, who has a record of 0-2 in 13 1/3 innings pitched, along with a whip of 2.93. And Ryan Nichols, who is 0-1 with a whip of 3.47. In limited work, Rob Holman and Grant Palowitz follow with ERAs of 4.20 and 0.00 respectively. Coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get to know one of this season's Viking players on Viking Profile. You're warming up in the bullpen on NLWN-TV.
Midwest Environmental Consultants, your partner and guide. From soil testing to landscapes, they cover it all. Lawn care and beauty, they're ready to call. With expertise in the ground, they'll analyze what's there. Call 608-468-2067 and let's get started. You deserve the best.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we take a closer look at one of the Colfax Viking players. And now, Viking Profile.
Today on Viking Profile, we're talking with Grant Paulus, who's a senior here at Colfax High School. And Grant, we know that you play baseball, but are you involved in any other school activities?
Football.
Okay. And when did you start playing baseball, and what kind of experience have you had?
I started freshman year, and I've had a pretty good experience.
And what's the most important thing that you've learned playing baseball?
Having fun.
Just have fun. Get out there and have fun. And that is what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're not playing baseball or you're not here at school, what are some other things you do to keep active?
I like to run a lot, and I like to ride four-wheeler.
Okay. So if you're not running, the four-wheeler is?
Yeah.
Okay. We have some signature questions. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Cookies.
Which kind?
Chocolate chip.
Do you like them with the nuts or without?
Without.
Okay. All right. Store-bought or somebody in your family makes the best ones in the world?
I like my mom's cookies.
Oh, now you're going to have to bring them to a game sometime so we can check that for authenticity, you know.
I agree.
Okay. Favorite color and why?
Purple. It's dark.
Okay. And if you could have a superpower, what do you think that might be and why?
Invisibility, so nobody can see me.
All right. And if you had the power to be invisible, you have to have a superhero name to go with that. So what is your superhero name?
Gangsta 2007.
Sounds like your gaming name.
It is.
Okay. Is there a baseball player that you admired while growing up that kind of inspired the way you play the game?
Bo Jackson.
Okay, and he played football and baseball kind of like you.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe he was just doing a premonition of you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go with that.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been to a major league game?
I have not.
Well, that's going to have to go on your bucket list then.
Yes.
Okay. We're talking with Grant Paulus today on Viking Profile, and what are your plans for after high school?
I'm going to go to a tech college for a diesel technician.
Okay. And how about a shout out to the family?
Shout out to everybody that comes to my games and supporting me.
That's a good one. And when people come to the games, what number are you wearing and what we're going to find you on the field?
Number 9, most likely right field.
Okay. We want to thank Grant Paulus for joining us today on Viking Profile. Coming up next is more of the Bullpen Show.
You've been listening to Viking Profile. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
Welcome back to the Bullpen Show. Today the Vikings will be taking on the Clear Lake Warriors in a Dunn-St. Croix Conference matchup. Now, on Tuesday, the Dunn-St. Croix Conference had 4 conference games scheduled, including the Durand, Arkansas Panthers defeating the Clear Lake Warriors 5-0. The Spring Valley Cardinals clashed with the Mondovi Buffaloes in Spring Valley, with the Buffaloes coming out on top 12-0, while the Boyceville Bulldogs traveled to the Glenwood City Hilltoppers, and the Bulldogs emerged victorious 24-2. And of course, the Chetek Weyerhaeuser Bulldogs visited the Elmwood Plum City Wolves, and there it was the Wolves picking up the 6-4 win. Now that left the Dunn-St. Croix Conference standings as follows. The 6-0 Durand, Arkansas Panthers are in first place, while the 6-1 Mondovi Buffaloes are just a half a game back in second place. The Boyceville Bulldogs at 5-1 are in third, and they're just a game out, while the Chetek Weyerhaeuser Bulldogs are just 2.5 games back in fourth. In fifth place are the 3-4 Spring Valley Cardinals, as the Glenwood City Hilltoppers are in sixth. In seventh place are the Elmwood Plum City Wolves, while the Colfax Vikings are in eighth, and we find the Clear Lake Warriors holding down ninth. Then yesterday, the Dunn-St. Croix Conference had 4 games scheduled. Those included the Glenwood City Hilltoppers visiting the Colfax Vikings, while the Durand, Arkansas Panthers played host to the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. It was the Mondovi Buffaloes traveling to Clear Lake to face the Warriors, and the Chetek Weyerhaeuser Bulldogs welcomed the Spring Valley Cardinals. And we will bring you the results of those games during today's game. Today, the Dunn-St. Croix Conference has 2 conference games scheduled, and 3 conference teams will step out of conference play for some non-conference action. The conference games include the Vikings hosting the Clear Lake Warriors, while the Glenwood City Hilltoppers will travel to Chetek High School to face the Chetek Weyerhaeuser Bulldogs. In non-conference play, it will be the Boyceville Bulldogs welcoming the Cadott Hornets, while the Spring Valley Cardinals will travel to Ellsworth to face the Panthers, and the Elmwood Plum City Wolves will journey to Prairie Farm to take on the Prairie Farm Clayton Bearcats. Now the Vikings are looking to find a way to build toward a successful end of the regular season and head into the regional playoffs on a high note. So the stage is set for some exciting high school baseball, and we'll have all the action for you right here on NLWN-TV. Now in just a moment, I'll join our broadcast crew at Colfax High School as we bring you all the action of today's conference matchup between the Colfax Vikings and the Clear Lake Warriors. That's all coming up next. You've been tuned to The Bullpen Show on NLWN-TV.
When tech goes on the fritz and frustration kicks in, Sladen's technology where you trust he can. From nowhere to backups, we've got what you need. Call us up, we'll plant the seed. Sladen's on the way, your heroes in disguise. For businesses large and small, we're the ultimate prize. 715-864-2833, get the IT help you desire. Call 715-864-2833 today.
You've been tuned to the Bullpen Show, where we've had an opportunity to get warmed up for today's Colfax Viking baseball game. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Colfax Viking baseball.
Sunset House Motel and RV Park in Port Mansfield, Texas, is your destination for your next fishing or hunting adventure. With 20 rooms available including condos and RV spots, Sunset House Motel and RV Park is the place where outdoor sports people stay when they're looking for fishing and hunting adventure. Sunset House Motel and RV Park is located only a few blocks from the dock and is within walking distance to all the local restaurants. Call them at 956-944 2182 to book your stay. That's Sunset House Motel and RV Park in Fort Mansfield, Texas.
NLWN-TV in conjunction with Colfax High School presents Colfax Viking Baseball.
Gather round, hear the sound of summer's heartbeat in the air. Colfax Vikings take the field with pride that we wear like a glare.
Follow the Vikings all season long as they battle their way through the Dunn-St Croix Conference.
Singles, doubles, triples, and home runs in flight. We're fighting for glory through the starry night. Colfax Vikings rise with heads
Now out to the
held
ballpark for Colfax Viking Baseball.
America's game, we live, we strive. As the sun sets low, we know our fate. With heart and pride, we'll always elevate.
And good afternoon, and welcome to Colfax High School, where today the Colfax Vikings are getting ready to take on the Clear Lake Warriors. Vikings come into tonight's game with a conference record of 1 win and 6 losses. The Warriors have a record in the conference of 1 win and 5 losses. During the bullpen show, we mentioned we would bring you the results from last night's game, so let's do that right now. And if you were with us last night, you saw the Vikings drop a 10-inning affair to the Glenwood City Hilltoppers 10-7. Meanwhile, the Clear Lake Warriors picked up their first conference win of the season by defeating the Mondovi Buffaloes 10-7. It was the Durand, Arkansas Panthers 10-0 winners over the Elmwood Plum City Wolves, and the Spring Valley Cardinals had 11 runs against the Chautauqua Weyerhaeuser Bulldogs, 2 runs. So that was the action from last night. But we're getting ready for tonight's action. A cool evening again here in Colfax. The wind at this moment is calm. It's 52 degrees, scattered clouds, and when the sun is out, it's not so bad. But when the sun's behind the clouds, it's pretty chilly, and when that breeze picks up, and it does get kind of gusty, it's been 7 miles an hour, gusting a little higher than that, and it gets kind of cold here. Not quite as bad as last night, but it's still pretty chilly. Wind is blowing straight out to center field. Taking a look at the starting lineups for tonight's game. First of all, for the visiting Clear Lake Warriors, leading off and playing shortstop is Wyatt Lundgren. Batting second and playing center field is Caleb Arcand. Batting third and playing first base is Ryan Prestrud. Batting fourth and playing third base is Jarek Manning. Batting fifth and playing left field, Drew Brantner. Batting sixth and catching is Mason Grosskreutz. Say that fast. And batting seventh, and the designated hitter is Jarrett Case. Batting eighth and pitching tonight is Casey Becker. And batting ninth and playing second base is Bennett Barr. Playing out in right field is Hendrik Carlson. He is not hitting. For the Vikings, leading off and playing left field is Rob Holman. Batting second and playing shortstop is Caleb Bailey. Batting third and on the mound is Orion Nichols. Batting fourth and playing center field is Jimmy Hobein. Batting fifth and playing second base is Grant Palowitz. Batting sixth, the designated hitter Logan Hedela. Batting seventh and playing third base is Chase Albright. Batting eighth and playing first base is Grant Cook. And catching is Grant DeMoe. Out in right field is Grant Paulus. He is not hitting. And the first pitch is high and outside for ball one to Wyatt Lundgren. Nichols on the mound, and he delivers. Swing and a miss. And counts even at 1-1. Ryan Nichols comes into the game with 4 2/3 innings pitched. He's got an 0-1 record. He's walked 11, struck out 9, and has a 7.47 ERA. Fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wyatt Lundgren comes into the game batting .300. And now that they've cleaned the plate off again, Nichols looks in, starts his motion, and delivers. There's a line shot out into right field, falls in for a base hit. And Lundgren is on with a single. Brings up Caleb Arkand. Arkand is looking for his first hit of the season. At least in conference play. Nichols looks at first and delivers. Fire down to second, and it's a little off the mark as Lundgren steals second. And the pitch, and he goes again, throw to third, and he's going to break for the plate, and he's in scoring. All right, he gets a stolen base of third, and he scores on an error on the catcher, and that's Grant DeMoe. In fact, taking a look at the Vikings around defensively, DeMoe is behind the plate. Albright's at third. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into left center field. That's deep and back, and that's gone. A home run for Caleb Arkand. So the Warriors have opened up a 2-0 lead. By the way, that run by Lundgren is now an earned run because the home run would have scored him anyway. That brings up Ryan Prestrud. Finishing the defensive lineups, Bailey is at shortstop. Palowitz is at second. Cook at first. And there's a shot out into center field, and Jimmy Hobine's underneath and makes a catch. So 1 away. It's going to bring up Jarek Manning. Manning batting .250, playing third base. Out in the outfield for the Vikings, it's Holman, Hobine, and Parzik going from left to right. And there's a ground ball over to first. Cook takes it himself, steps on the bag for the second out. That'll bring up Drew Brantner. Brantner hitting .333. He's leading the Warriors in batting. Playing left field. And the first pitch caught the outside corner for a strike. Here's the wind and the pitch. That's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the wind. And a 1-1 pitch. That's high for ball 2. 2 balls. 1 strike. 2 down. And the pitch. That's down low for ball 3. Brantner has a hitter's pitch coming. And the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. The count goes full. Calling balls and strikes tonight is Scott Thiesing. And out on the bases is Matt Rush. And the payoff pitch. Ground ball down the third base line. Picked up. Fire over to first. And it's not in time. That's going to be an infield hit. Albright's throw was a little late. So Brantner is safe at first. And Mason Grosskreutz is the catcher. The delivery swung on and missed. Two to nothing. Clear Lake on top. We're in the top of the first inning. And there's a called strike on the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. De Grosskreutz batting a $125. And there's a ground ball down the first base line. Cook picks it up, steps on the bag for the 3rd out. So for the Warriors, they pick up 2 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 Viking error and 1 left on base. We've played a half inning, and it's the Clear Lake Warriors 2 Vikings coming to bat on NLWN-TV.
Dreaming of building a new home or cabin? Dairy State Bank construction loans are more flexible than most. If you're still looking for that perfect spot, we offer lot and land financing. Our mortgage lenders get to know you so they can recommend the best financing plan for you. Call, stop in, or visit our online mortgage center to explore options. Let's turn that dream into reality.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
And we're back here at Colfax High School, heading into the bottom of the first inning. Vikings have some runs to catch up with. Due up for the Vikings, we have Rob Holman, Caleb Bailey, and Ryan Nichols to get things started off. Taking a look at the Clear Lake Warriors defensively, behind the plate is Mason Grosskreutz. Jarek Manning's over at 3rd. Wyatt Lundgren's at short. Bennett Barr is at 2nd base, and Ryan Prestrud is over at 1st. Out in the outfield is Brantner, Arcand, and Carlson. On the mound is Casey Becker, and Becker comes into the game with 6 innings pitched. He's walked 11, struck out 2. He has a 14.00 earned run average. Wind is blowing straight out, and when it's blowing, it's pretty stiff, like it is right now, and the flag's sticking pretty much straight out. Rob Holman steps to the plate. He's batting .300. Bennett Becker on the mound. He winds and fires, and the first one's low for a ball. There's the wind and the pitch. There's a strike at the belt. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. Strike 2 called on the outside corner. And the wind and the pitch. That's down in the dirt. Counts even at 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He chased the high heat that time for a strikeout. That's going to bring up Caleb Bailey, who's in a bit of a hitting slump as of late. He's batting .083. He pitched a dandy last night, though. Strike called at the letters. Here's the wind and the 0-1 pitch. Swung on a miss, again going after the high heat. No balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. That's outside. That's a tough one to be taking when you've got 2 strikes on you. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball back to the mound. Throw over to first, and Caleb Bailey grounds out. Becker to Prestrud on the putout. That brings up Orion Nichols. Nichols batting .333. Bennett delivers. Strike called on the inside corner. And that pitch is down low. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning. Here's the pitch. Strike 2 called. Bennett winds and delivers. There's a foul ball out of play. There's a couple cars that are parked precariously close. Foul ball magnets over there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss for strike 3. So the Vikings go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We've played an inning, and it's the Clear Lake Warriors 2, Vikings nothing on NLWN-TV.
Bridges of tomorrow standing proud and tall for pedestrians and bicycles welcoming all. Snowmobiles racing under the winter's bright sky. Anderson Bridges, where dreams never die. Family owned, with a heart that's sincere. Building pathways to the future, year after year.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
Back here at Colfax High School, heading into the top of the second inning. Clear Lake with a 2-0 lead. They jumped on the Vikings right away with a base hit. Then by Wyatt Lundgren, he scored on an error as he was trying to steal third. And then right after that, Caleb Arcand hit a home run over the left center field fence. I want to remind you that tonight's Viking baseball game is being brought to you by American Yard Restoration, Anderson Bridges, Cardinal Glass in Menominee, the Chippewa Valley Museum, the Colfax High School Booster Club, the Concierge Home Decor and more, Dairy State Bank, Clucas Electric, Logslet Plumbing, Midwest Environmental Consultants, Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, SK Screen Printing and Embroidery, and the Viking Bowl in Colfax. Make sure you thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Colfax Viking Baseball on NLWN-TV. Stepping up to the plate is Jarrett Case. He's batting .200. He's the designated hitter, and he looks at strike 1. Ryan Nichols winds and delivers. There's a shot straight up the middle out into center field. That's going to bring up Casey Becker. Becker looking for his first hit. last batter who was looking for his first hit it out of the park. So let's keep that from happening. First pitch is outside for ball one. Throw over to first. Back in time is Jarrett Case. Nichols looks in for the sign. The 1-0 pitch. Outside for a ball. Two balls, no strikes. And the pitch. That's outside. It's 3-0. And there's a strike right down the middle. That's his get me over pitch. 3 balls and 1 strike now to Casey Becker. And there's strike 2 on the outside corner. The count is full. And the payoff pitch, that's low and away for ball 4. That's the first walk given up by Nichols tonight. It's going to bring up Bennett Burr, second baseman, also looking for his first hit. And the pitch, that's a strike at the letters. No balls and a strike, 2 runners on. And the pitch. Strike 2 called. Fastball at the knees. And the pitch. Ground ball over to third. Tags the runner. And so Bennett Burr gets on a fielder's choice. And Case was out at third. Back to the top of the order, Wyatt Lundgren. Hits a fly ball out into left field, giving chase, and making the catch out there is Rob Holman. Boy, the wind carried that ball. Sent Holman all the way back just in front of the fence at the 310 mark. So, Caleb Arcand, who hit a home run his last time up, pops this one, and Albright reaches up and makes the catch. So, for the Warriors, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 were left on base. We've played an inning and a half, and it's Clear Lake 2 and the Vikings nothing on NLWN-TV.
American Yard Restoration, now serving the Colfax area. American Yard Restoration specializes in landscaping services, snow removal and fence installation. Emergency services are available. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call for a free estimate. That's American Yard Restoration at 715-217-3031.
NLWN-TV is excited to bring you Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball. The Cavs open their season on Sunday, May 3rd when they take on the Whitehall Whitetails. Coverage on NLWN-TV begins with In the Dugout Show at noon. That's Cavalier Baseball on Sunday, May 3rd on NLWN-TV.
Cavalier Baseball, we're ready to fight!
And for those of you planning to go to that Cavalier game on Sunday, Sunday's also the day of the Eau Claire Marathon, so traffic patterns may be a little confusing in the Eau Claire area. The best bet for you to get to Carson Park that day is to take Claremont Avenue to Menominee Street and then go in when you get to the roadside diner take the Menominee Street entrance into Carson Park, and then you should have no trouble and see the Cavaliers take on the Whitehall Whitetails. 55 years of Cavalier baseball is what we're starting on Sunday. Bottom of the second inning here in Colfax, and due up for the Vikings, Jimmy Hobine, Grant Palowitz, and Logan Hedela. So Jimmy Hobine stepping up to the plate. Comes into the game batting .292. He had a little bad luck last night. Came in a save opportunity, couldn't hang on for the save, and eventually took the loss for the Vikings. And the first pitch was one of those 59-foot fastballs. By Casey Becker. And that pitch is down low in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. Becker winds and delivers. That one's down low. 3-0 is the count. Hobine shows bunt. The pitch is down low. He heads down quickly to first because the ball went back to the backstop. He looked, but stayed at first. That's going to bring up Grant Palowitz. Palowitz comes into the game batting .200. The pitch is outside, and down to second goes Hobine. That's a ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. Just missed outside. Maybe a hair low at that. 2-0. And the pitch. That was a called strike, but the ball got past Grosskreutz and down to third goes Jimmy Hobine. That's a passed ball. 2 balls and a strike. And the pitch. There's a fly ball, foul territory on the right side, and it falls in. So the count's even at 2-2. Nobody out. Hobine's on third. Get somebody on third with less than 2 outs. Lots of ways to get that run across the plate. And the pitch. Just missed outside. The count is now full. Grant Palowitz at the plate. Hobine on third. Swing and a miss at the high fastball. So Palowitz goes down swinging. It's going to bring up Logan Hedela. He's batting .167. He's the designated hitter today. And the first pitch is a strike, about mid-thigh. He made good contact last night, but it was outside the lines. Here's the pitch. That's high for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch swung on a miss, strike 2. And the pitch. There's a fly ball out into shallow center field, and it falls in for a base hit. It was kind of in no man's land. None of them were able to get there. Give Hedela the base hit on that because it kind of fell between all 3. Lundgren, Burr, and Arcand. There's a pitch that was high for ball one to Chase Albright. Hedel is on first. And there's a strike on the outside corner. A ball and a strike. One out. One run in. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Down in the dirt, and it gets past Grosskreutz. Throw it on to second. Hedel is in safely. That's going to be a pass ball that sent Hedel into second. Two balls and a strike with one out. Tying runs now in scoring position. Swing and a miss by Chase Albright. Albright batting 105. 2-2 the count. That one's down in the dirt. 55-footer that time. Bounced out in front of the batter's boxes. And the pitch. That's high for ball four. Second walk of the inning given up by Becker. It's going to bring up Grant Cook. Cook comes into the game batting .227. Here's the pitch. He watched that one outside. One ball, no strikes. Bennett delivers. That's outside and low, ball two. And the pitch. That's high for ball three. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. And that loads the bases. And we're going to have a conference at the mound. As Casey Becker is struggling with finding the strike zone all of a sudden. And they're talking defensively as well, as the Vikings have the bases loaded with only one out. Grant DeMoe is the batter due up. And DeMoe comes up batting .214. It's a good time to put the ball in play. Especially out of the infield. Here's the pitch. That's high for a ball. One ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. That's a strike at the knees. 1-1's the count now to Grant DeMoe. Casey Becker winds and fires. That's a strike at the belt. Rob Holman on deck for the Vikings. Here's the pitch. That's down low. Counts even at 2-2. He looks in for the sign. And the 2-2 pitch. That one missed outside. Count is now full with one out. Here's the wind and the pitch. That's high back to the backstop, and that's an RBI walk for Grant DeMoe. And the Vikings have tied the game. And we are going to have a pitching change, and while we get that figured out, we'll take this time out as we're all tied at 2 on NLWN-TV.
Midwest Environmental Consultants, your partner and guide. From soil testing to landscapes, they cover it all. Lawn care and beauty, they're ready to call. With expertise in the ground, they'll analyze what's there. Call 608-468-2067 and let's get started. You deserve the best.
NLWN-2 invites you to join us in our time machine and journey back to the 1860s for some vintage baseball with the Menominee Blue Caps. Our next broadcast will be on Monday, June 8th, as the Blue Caps will take on the Rum River Rovers and the Afton Red Sox from Carson Park in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. That's Vintage Baseball, Monday, June 8th on NLWN-2.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over.
Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan.
Early detection gave us time to adapt together.
It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
So the new rump on the bump for the Clear Lake Warriors is Jarrett Case. He was the designated hitter, so we're trying to figure out who's out in right field. And I think that didn't change, which means Hendrik Carlson is going to be hitting probably where Casey Becker was. So anyway, Rob Holman comes up. Holman struck out his first time up. And there's a fly ball, left field, foul territory. And it falls safely, and it's strike one. Bases are loaded. One out. Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss for strike two. Jarrett Case has a couple of innings under his belt. He has not allowed an earned run as of yet. Here's the pitch. Another pop foul. It's going to be close, out of play. Count holds at 0-2. And the pitch. And that's off the top of the helmet by Rob Holman. I believe that's number 8 hit by pitch for him. And it's an RBI. And the Vikings go on top. That's kind of giving it up to get the RBI. Brings up Caleb Bailey, grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. And there's a hard shot over to second, or over to short, and it scoots through, and 2 runs come in. Cook is in, and in comes DeMoe. And so 2 RBI. And it's going to bring up Orion Nichols. In fact, 3 runs came in, so it is 5-2, Vikings on top. And there's a strike called. Albright, Cook, and DeMoe all scored on that. Two balls and a strike to Orion Nichols. And that's foul tipped. Nichols struck out his first time up. Jarrett Chase winds and delivers. It's outside. Vikings have runners at first and second. Rob Holman is at second. And that's outside for ball 4. So now the Vikings have bases loaded. Holman's at third, Bailey's at second, and Nichols is at first. Brings up Jimmy Hobein, who started this inning off with a walk, and he came around and scored. And the pitch. That's a strike called. And that one's in the dirt. Doesn't get far enough away for anybody to advance. A ball and a strike to Jimmy Hobein. And the pitch. Outside for a ball. And the pitch is high and inside. All 5 of those runs that the Vikings have were charged to Becker. And there's a shot out into center field. 1 run is in. That's Holman. And coming in is Bailey. So a 2 RBI single by Jimmy Hobein. And a swing and a miss by Grant Palowitz. Palowitz struck out his first time up. He's the only out the Vikings have this inning. Runner takes off for third, and he was halfway there before the pitcher even released. He did nothing to hold the runner that time. So Nichols is on third. Hobein went down to second. 1 ball, 1 strike, and there's a ground ball into the infield. It's a throw over to first. It's in time, but coming in to score is Orion Nichols. So give Palowitz an RBI as Nichols comes in to score. Hobein goes over to third. And with 2 down, we have Logan Hedela. His second time up this inning. He singled his last time up with an RBI. And there's a high pop-up in the infield. In comes Manning, and he makes the catch. But the Vikings pick up 5 or 8 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors, and there was 1 left on base. So we've played 2 innings, and it's the Vikings 8 and the Clear Lake Warriors 2 on NLWN-TV.
NLWN-TV is excited to bring you Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball. The Cavs open their season on Sunday, May 3rd when they take on the Whitehall Whitetails. Coverage on NLWN-TV begins with In the Dugout show at noon. That's Cavalier Baseball on Sunday, May 3rd on NLWN-TV.
Cavalier Baseball, we're ready to fight!
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
Back here at Colfax High School, Vikings have opened up an 8-2 lead after a big 8-run second inning over the Clear Lake Warriors. Due up for the Warriors, Ryan Prestrud, Jarek Manning, and Drew Brantner. Prestrud flew out to center field his last time up, and there is a fly ball deep into right field. Back and making the catch is Parzik. That was right in front of the fence, but it was in the field of play. He got most of it. Prestrud did. Brings up Jarek Manning. And the pitch was outside for ball 1 from Nichols. And that pitch is high. Ball 2. Manning grounded to first. It was a Cook unassisted. There's a strike called. Of course, most cooks don't like a lot of help in the kitchen, so neither did Grant. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Jarek Manning. 1 away in the top of the 3rd inning. Ryan Nichols back up on the rubber. Into the wind in the pitch. A little bit low for a ball. Count is now full. And the pitch. Strike called. On the inside corner. Manning was just looking at it. 2 away, and it brings up Drew Brantner, who singled right behind third base his last time up, and they couldn't get the play completed in time. And there's the first pitch. It's a strike at the knees. Nichols fires. Line shot out into center field. Hobein fields it and gets it back into the infield, but that's a single for Brantner. He's got a 2-hit day going for him. Mason Grosskreutz is due up. Grosskreutz grounded to first, and again, Cook didn't want any help in the kitchen. Throw over to first, and back in time, the ball got past Cook, and down to second goes Brantner, and he's heading to third. And that's where he stops. That's going to be a 2-base error Who charged that one to Cook over at first, because it looked like the ball was pretty much there. He had to reach across his body, but it was fieldable. Pop up behind the plate and off the bleachers. Made the fans scatter. Our camera person, Jocelyn Lemler, up there had to keep her eye on that one. It wasn't that far from her. Swing and a miss for strike two. No balls, 2 strikes to Mason Grosskreutz. 2 down, runner on third. And the pitch. Inside, that's a ball and 2 strikes. 2 away. And the wind and the pitch. That's outside. Evens the count at 2-2. And the pitch. That's high for ball 3, so the count is now full. Nichols tried to get that curveball to come down in and just didn't want to do that for him. And the pitch. That's down low for ball 4. So runners are now on the corners. And the runner just stepped on first and headed down to second. That goes as a walk and a stolen base. You don't see that play an awful lot anymore, but will sometimes draw that throw from the catcher, which will allow the run to score. Pitch is down low. Blocked by DeMoe. That walk was only the second walk given up by Nichols today. There's a soft liner out into center field. 1 run comes in. Here comes a second run in to score. And it's a 2 RBI single by Jarrett Case. Making the score 8-4 with the Vikings on top. Runner on first, that's Case, and Casey Becker. Is at the plate. Curveball missed outside. Becker is now the DH. And the pitch. And that one missed for ball 3. Runners at second and third. Or check that. Runners at first and second. And there's a strike called. I'll get it right. Runner at first. And nobody at second. Swing and a miss. And the count is now full, so it will be traveling time now for Jarrett Case. He takes his lead. Nichols at the belt. Case takes off. Line shot out into center field. Jimmy Holbein moves over and makes the catch. And so for the Warriors, they do pick up 2 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 Viking error and 1 left on base. We've played 2.5, and it's the Vikings 8, the Clear Lake Warriors 4 on NLWN-TV.
Get in touch with the roots of the Chippewa Valley at the Chippewa Valley Museum, located in Eau Claire's Carson Park, with a mission of connecting people to their community and inspire curiosity. From reinventing the Chippewa Valley, a century of change in farm life, the Farmhouse Theater, along with the Wisconsin Logging Museum and Logging Camp. Also, the Chippewa Valley Museum features special temporary exhibits and traveling exhibits, as well as web exhibits. The Chippewa Valley Museum is open Tuesdays through Saturdays. Call for more information at 715-834-7871.
I'm a United States Marine. When I came home, I became angry,
I had migraines and respiratory issues.
I served in the Army. There's a lot more people out there that have gone through more things. I shouldn't go and get those benefits because they had it worse.
If you could say anything to that veteran, what would you say?
Every veteran is deserving the benefits they earned by serving our country. You deserve because you serve. If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait, reach out.
NLWN-TV is excited to once again bring you Colfax Viking Baseball. Our next game will be on Monday, May 4th, when the Vikings take on the Durand, Arkansas Panthers in a makeup game from Colfax High School. Our coverage begins with the In the Dugout show beginning at 4:40 p.m. That's Colfax Viking Baseball on Monday, May 4th on NLWN-TV.
Back here at Colfax High School, heading into the bottom of the third inning with the Vikings up 8-4. Due up for the Vikings this inning, we have Chase Albright, Grant Cook, and Grant DeMoe. All three of them walked last time up. All three of them scored last time up. And the first pitch is called, strike on the outside corner. Jarrett Case on the mound. And it's high for a ball. And the pitch. That's outside for a ball. Here's the wind and the pitch. That's low and away. 3 balls and 1 strike now for Chase Albright. And the pitch. That's down low for ball 4. Second walk drawn by Albright. It's going to bring up Grant Cook. And we're going to have a conference at the mound. As Case has given up, let's see here, one, that's only the second walk he's given up. He also hit Rob Holman. So Grant Cook stepping up. Wind is blowing straight out to left field. Just get the feeling Cookie's going to get a hold of one of these. Throw over to first and back in safely is Albright. Case at the belt and he delivers. Inside for a ball, throw down to first. Back in is Albright. That means Albright's getting the leads that he should be because he's drawing the attention, which is what you want to do. Case delivers. Check swing held up. It's a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Case looking in and he delivers. Swung on a missed. 2 balls and a strike. And the pitch. That's a strike at the letters. Counts even at 2-2. Case looks over at first. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So 1 down brings up Grant DeMoe. Had an RBI walk his first time up. Drove in the second run for the Vikings. Tied the game at the time. Runner goes, throw down to second, not in time. So Albright steals second. Albright takes his lead. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes to Grant DeMoe. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. So 2 away, and we're back to the top of the order. Rob Holman's 0 for 1 on the day, struck out. Then he was hit by the pitch. That was an RBI hit by pitch. Thunked it off the top of the helmet. And there's a foul ball out of play. Behind the Clear Lake dugout. No balls and a strike. And the pitch. That's outside for a ball. One ball and 1 strike. Albright takes his lead. And the 1-1 pitch. There's a shot, foul down the third base line, just barely foul. Just out of the reach of Manning, who went diving for it. So a ball and 2 strikes to Rob Holman. And the 1-2 pitch. Pop up, out of play. Lands behind us in the parking lot. Case delivers. And that's low. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Albright takes his lead. And the 2-2 pitch. Foul ball down the third baseline. Again, he went after that high fastball. So the count holds at 2-2. Runner at second. That's Chase Albright. Case delivers. Another foul ball down that third baseline. Holman's liking those that are up in the zone. In fact, I'm not sure they're even still in the zone. So it's still 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Another foul ball down that third baseline. Infield shading him a little bit to the left, and for good reason. He pokes that one out into left field for a base hit. Albright rounds third. He's going to come in and score. And it's an RBI single for Holman. He won that battle. Kept battling at the plate, fouling the ball off, and then finally drives a base hit out to left field and drives in Albright for the run. Puts the Vikings on top, 9-4. Throw over to first. Holman back in safely. Caleb Bailey at the plate. He singled to center field, drove in 2 runs his last time up. And the pitch is a called strike at the knees. Throw down to second, and they got him. So for the Vikings, they do pick up a run on a hit. There were no errors and nobody left on base. We've played 3 innings, and it's the Vikings 9 and the Warriors 4 on NLWN-TV.
Shocking as it may seem, electricity doesn't always do what you want. When that happens to you, call Clucas Electric. Clucas Electric can take care of anything from a bad light switch, remodels, new construction, or replacing the main service on your home. Plus, Clucas Electric is now the authorized service provider for Briggs & Stratton home generators. So, for all your electrical needs, call Clucas Electric at 715-651-5064. That's Clucas Electric in Colfax.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
So we head to the fourth inning. Ryan Nichols still on the mound for the Vikings, as the Vikings have a 9-4 lead over the Clear Lake Warriors. Due up for the Warriors, Bennett Burr, followed by Wyatt Lundgren and Caleb Arkand. And that pitch missed for a ball. It didn't miss by much. No balls and a strike. Nichols winds and delivers. There's a strike at the belt. Oh, I guess the first pitch was a called strike. No balls, 2 strikes. That one missed outside for a ball, so it's now 1-2. I'm thoroughly confusing Kalen on the computer. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball missed outside. Counts even at 2-2. Nichols winds and delivers. Strike called. Well, evidently it's ball 4 now. I think the scoreboard was wrong on the count. Sorry about confusing you, Kalen, because it's ball 4, and Bennett Burr draws the walk. Wyatt Lundgren comes to the plate. He's 1 for 2. Singled and scored his first time up. Pitch is high, throw it on to second. And we're going to have a conference at the mound because that first pitch, well, I think it was high for a ball. So it's 1 ball, no strikes. And Burr is on second. And so the Sawyer DeMoe, Coach DeMoe, is out there settling Nichols down a little bit. Stepping in is Wyatt Lundgren now, and that pitch missed for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes, nobody out, runner on second. And the pitch. That's high for ball 3. Three and 0. Nichols looks at second and delivers. Throw it on to third, and they didn't get him. And it's ball 4, so Lundgren did draw the walk. And it was a stolen base for Burr. And we're going to have a pitching change as Coach Anderson heads out to the mound. And we'll take a timeout as we get this figured out on NLWN-TV.
All right, look at you taking the stairs. Who are you? We're your lungs. We are proud of you for quitting smoking, but you still may be at risk for lung cancer.
A routine cancer scan can detect it early when it's more curable. Good to know. Well, I gotta go somewhere.
So do we.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
No. Turn it down. Turn it off. Get a hand. Lose the bells and whistles. Drive without distractions.
We come from a long line of farmers, and there's a sense of pride, but there's also a significant amount of pressure.
Farmers have to take care of their physical and their mental health, because what's a farm without a farmer?
Watching the sun come up, that's my time. I can have a cup of coffee, and every day is a new opportunity.
That's cool.
Yay!
Don't forget to check in on yourself. Love your mind.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
New pitcher for the Vikings is Rob Holman, and the runner goes, throw out to second, and the throw back to the plate, and they don't get him. So Lundgren gets a stolen base at second, and coming in to score is Bennett Burr. So that makes the score Vikings 9 and the Warriors 5. Runner at second, nobody out. Holman delivers, throw down to third, and it's not in time. So the Warriors have a runner on third now with nobody out. And that one got Arcand in the hip. So now we have runners on the corners again. And brings up Ryan Prestrud. Hit the ball hard both times up, but in the park and caught both times. Flew to center and flew to right. Holman chases the runner back to third. And the first pitch is high for a ball to Prestrud. And the pitch. There's a pop foul out of play. A ball and a strike. There, the sun pokes out and feels kind of good. That one missed inside. 2 balls and a strike. And the pitch. Foul back to the screen. Counts even at 2-2. Rob Holman on the mound. And he delivers. There's a fly ball out into, in the infield. Bailey under it, he makes the catch. So 1 down. Runner at third had to hold. It's going to bring up Jarek Manning, the third baseman. Manning is 0 for 2. Grounded to first and struck out looking. There's a pop-up foul territory and lands right behind us. One of these is going to hit the roof of our awning here, Kaylin. And the pitch. Curveball. Fly ball out into center field. Hobein back and he makes a catch. Runner tags and both runners advance. So it's a sacrifice fly to center field for Jarek Manning, and that scores Lundgren, as Arcand is now over on third. That brings up Drew Brantner, and swing and a miss for strike one. Two down, 0-1 the count to Brantner. And he pops that one foul. Brantner's 2 for 2. Single down the third baseline and then single to center field. And the pitch. There's a foul at the plate. No balls, 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. That one's down in the dirt for ball 1. Runner at third. That's Caleb Arcand. And the pitch. Just missed outside. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. And the pitch. Pop up into shallow left field. Bailey moves back. He makes the catch. So for the Warriors, they get 2 runs on no hits. There were no errors and 1 left on base. So we have played 3.5, and it's the Vikings 9, the Warriors 6 on NLWN-TV.
It is springtime at the Concierge Home Decor and More in Colfax. The Concierge is a small-town decor shop that specializes in home, farmhouse, wedding, nursery, and holiday decor. The Concierge at 225 Bremer Avenue is open from 11 to 5 on Wednesdays through Fridays and 9 to 1 on Saturdays. Transform your house into a home with their selection of chic home decor pieces and thoughtful gifts for every occasion. Call the Concierge at 715-704-6008. That's the Concierge Home Decor and More in Colfax.
New construction in need of plumbing or older plumbing in need of repair, Logs Let Plumbing is the one to call, just like these satisfied customers said.
They did all the plumbing in our new build from start to finish. They are dependable, honest, and easy to work with. They even give suggestions for products that are great quality but inexpensive. We put all our trust in Logs Let Plumbing, and they did not disappoint.
A highly skilled plumber, I definitely recommend contacting Logs Let Plumbing for any and all your plumbing needs.
So give Logs Let Plumbing a call at 715-556-1673 and let Logs Let Plumbing get your project flowing.
So we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Vikings on top 9-6. And Caleb Bailey steps back into the plate because he was at bat when Rob Holman was caught stealing for the 3rd out. Bailey did single his last time up, and he hits a line shot out into left field for a base hit. He rounds first. He's going to hold there. And it's going to bring up Orion Nichols. Nichols struck out and drew a walk. Eventually came around and scored. Throw over to first. Bailey back in time. And the pitch. Swung on a missed. Almost looked like Nichols double clutched on that one, which made him just a hair behind the pitch. That one's down low. Throw back to first and not in time. Grosskreutz has a snap throw down to first that he likes to do. No balls, 2 strikes. That one's down in the dirt. That's a ball and 2 strikes. Oh, it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Scoreboard's wrong. There's a strike called. It's 2-2. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. Down low. Count is now full. Bailey on first. And the payoff pitch is high for ball 4. That's a second walk drawn by Nichols. 2 runners on for the Vikings. It's going to bring up Jimmy Holbein. He singled his last time up, drove in 2 runs with that base hit. Singled to center. Bailey takes his lead. Fly ball, it's deep. Back in left field, it falls right in front of the fence. Runner rounds third. Bailey's gonna score. The other, Nichols, just got as far as second base. He was waiting to see if the ball was caught. So, Holbein gets his 3rd RBI of the night. Caleb Bailey scores his 2nd run of the night. And the Vikings are on top 10-6. And there's a pop foul by Palowitz out of play. Two on, nobody out. Nichols is at second. Holbein at first. And the pitch. There's a pop-up in the infield and making the catch. I believe that was infield fly rule anyway. But Burr went over and made the catch. So 1 out. Logan Hedela singled his first time up and then popped to third. Pitch is high for a ball. And the pitch. That's foul tipped right back in front of us here. Chase Albright quickly grabs it. And the pitch. Ground ball. Fair ball down the third baseline. Went right over the bag. Nichols rounds third. He's going to score. And an RBI single by Hedela. And that puts the Vikings on top 11-6. With 1 out. Still runners at first and second. Holbein's at second. Hedela's at first. Chase Albright at the plate. He's walked twice. And he watches that one for a ball, high and away. And the pitch. That's down low. Jarrett Case on the mound. He delivers. There's a strike called. And the pitch. That one's fouled away. Throw it on to first. And Hedel is back in safely, just barely. And the pitch. Ground ball up the middle over to short. Steps on second for the out. And that puts Albright on a fielder's choice. So Hedel is out at second. And that brings up Grant Cook. He walked and struck out. And the pitch. It's outside for a ball. Cook showed bunt. And down to second goes Albright. And there's a strike at the letters. Come on, Grant. Runners at second and third, 2 down. And the pitch. That's low and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Vikings up 11-6. There's the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Picked up and throw over to first, and it's in time for the 3rd out. So Lundgren fires over to Prestrud for the out, and the Vikings go down, but not before they pick up 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base. So we have played 4, and it's the Vikings 11 and the Warriors 6 on NLWN-TV.
Need a new look for your team, club, or organization? Check out the top quality work by SK Screen Printing and Embroidery in Colfax. SK Screen Printing and Embroidery can help with a wide variety of options, from shirts to sweatshirts and jackets to hats. Call SK Screen Printing and Embroidery at 715-533-1933 for all your group's apparel needs. That's SK Screen Printing and Embroidery in Colfax.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. Got the pitching numbers for Orion Nichols. He went 3+ innings, gave up 6 runs, 5 of which were earned. On 6 hits, he walked 4 and struck out 1. Due up for the Warriors here in the top of the 5th inning are Grosskreutz, Case, and Becker. Mason Grosskreutz grounded to first. The first pitch is a called strike. He grounded to first and then drew a walk, scored a run. There's a ground ball to first, scooped up by Nichols, and he steps on the bag for the out. That's going to bring up Jarrett Case. He's 2 for 2. Both times single to center field. The second time he did it, he got picked up 2 RBI. And there's a shot over to short. Picked up. Throw over to first. And he beat the throw. Well, it got past Nichols. And that's going to be an error on the throw because it wasn't handled cleanly out at short anyway. So Case is on at first. Casey Becker coming to the plate. He walked and flew out to center. The first pitch is a called strike. 1 out, 1 on. Rob Holman on the mound for the Vikings. And he delivers. Curveball missed high. He has a couple different breaking balls. He's got one that looks like the old Ephus pitch. That one's down low, and it got past DeMo, and down to second goes Case. It got past DeMo because it's a pass ball. And the pitch, that just missed upstairs. Pretty close to the letters. 3 balls and a strike to Casey Becker. And there's a high pop up out into left or center field. Holbein back, and he makes a catch. Fires it back in. It's going to bring up Bennett Burr. Bennett Burr got on a fielder's choice and then drew a walk. Shows bunt. He lays one down in front. Throw down to first, and it's in time for the 3rd out. So for the Warriors, no runs, no hits. There was 1 Viking error and 1 left on base. So we've played 4.5, and it's the Vikings 11, the Clear Lake Warriors 6 on NLWN-TV.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
Midwest Environmental Consultants, your partner and guide. From soil testing to landscapes, they cover it all. Lawn care and beauty, they're ready to call. With expertise in the ground, they'll analyze what's there. Call 608-468-2067 and let's get started. You deserve the best.
We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Vikings on top, 11-6. Spectators were saying that maybe they owe us some innings from yesterday because that game went 10 innings. So 5 runs this inning would end the game for the Vikings. And on a positive note at that. Due up for the Vikings in the bottom of the 5th, Grant DeMo, and then back to the top of the order with Rob Holman and Caleb Bailey. DeMo walked, driving in a run, and then struck out looking in his 2 plate appearances. And the first pitch is down low for a ball. Jarrett Case still on the mound in relief. Line shot, foul down the third base side. He hit it hard, just pulled it a little too much. Case winds and fires. Another foul ball off on the left side. A ball and 2 strikes to Grant DeMoe. Case winds and the 1-2 pitch. It's outside, counts even at 2-2. And DeMoe has a flat tire to fix. That's an Indy 500 style tire change there. And the pitch, that's down in the dirt. Skipped it a couple feet in front of home plate. It'd be a pretty good cricket pitch. And the pitch, ground ball, fair down the first baseline, and it rolls foul. That was one of those little dribblers that looked like it might stay fair and rolled foul at the last second. Count remains 2-2. And another foul ball off on the left side. Still 2-2. And the pitch. Down in the dirt. Check it out. It was 3-2, and now it's ball 4. So Grant DeMoe is safe at first with the free pass. It's the second free pass he's drawn tonight. We're going to have a conference at the mound. And we're going to have a pitching change. So while we do that, we'll take this time out on NLWN-TV.
NLWN-TV is excited to bring you Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball. The Cavs open their season on Sunday, May 3rd when they take on the Whitehall Whitetails. Coverage on NLWN-TV begins with In the Dugout show at noon. That's Cavalier Baseball on Sunday, May 3rd on NLWN-TV.
Cavalier Baseball, we're ready to fight!
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over. Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan.
Early detection gave us time to adapt together.
It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
I'm a United States Marine. When I came home, I became angry. I had migraines and respiratory issues.
I served in the Army. There's a lot more people out there that have gone through more things. I shouldn't go and get those benefits because they had it worse.
If you could say anything to that veteran, what would you say?
Every veteran is deserving the benefits they earned by serving our country. You deserve because you serve. If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait, reach out.
New pitcher for the Warriors is Manning, Jarek Manning, and he and Case just switched spots. Ground ball by Holman over to short, to second, over to first, and they turn it 6-4-3 double play. So 2 down, nobody on, and Caleb Bailey comes to the plate. Bailey is working on a 2-hit game, single to center and single to left. The first pitch was a ball. There's a pop-up over on the first base side, foul territory, and moving over and making the catch is Prestrud. So, Vikings go down, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And we've played 5. It's the Vikings 11, the Warriors 6 on NLWN-TV.
NLWN-TV is excited to once again bring you Colfax Viking Baseball. Our next game will be on Monday, May 4th, when the Vikings take on the Durand, Arkansas Panthers in a makeup game from Colfax High School. Our coverage begins with the In the Dugout show beginning at 4:40 p.m. That's Colfax Viking Baseball on Monday, May 4th on NLWN-TV.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
Back here at Colfax, we have the pitching numbers for Jarrett Case. He went 2 2/3 innings, gave up 6 runs. All 6 were earned on 6 hits. Struck out 2 and walked 4. And the first pitch is popped foul on the left side by Wyatt Lundgren. Lundgren is 1 for 2 this afternoon. Singled and scored a run, flew out to left. He also drew a walk and scored. And now it's no balls and 1 strike. Holman delivers, curveball, ground ball over to third. It bounces through into left field. That one took a bad hop on Albright. He had it pretty well zeroed in, and then it hopped over the glove. So that brings up Caleb Arcand. He's 1 for 2. Also was hit by the pitch. The one that he hit was a big one. It was a home run to left field. And the pitch is a called strike. Throw down to second. Not in time. No balls and a strike. And that pitch missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Ground ball over to short. Picked up. Throw over to first in time. Fire to the plate. And it's not going to be there in time. So, ground ball to short by Arcand, but he does get an RBI. And that makes it 11-7. That brings up Ryan Prestrud. 0 for 3. Flew to center, flew to right, popped to short. Fly ball out towards left field. Palowitz back, and he makes the catch. Now he spread the love around to all 3 outfields. And it brings up the pitcher, Jarek Manning. And the first pitch, ground ball foul. And the pitch, pop up, out into right field, it falls in. Cook trying to get there, but couldn't get there in time. So Manning gets the base hit to right. It brings up Drew Brantner. Brantner's 2 for 3. Singled out in the third baseline. Singled to center. And then pop to short. Throw over to first, and Manning's back in safely. Pitch is outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 down. And there's a shot foul down the left field line. And the pitch. Pokes that one out into left field for a base hit. That's a 3rd hit of the day for Brantner. Brings up the catcher, Mason Grosskreutz. 0 for 2. Grounded to first twice. He also drew a walk and scored a run. That first pitch missed. 2 down. Holman at the belt. One ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. He chased one low out of the zone. And the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball over to first. And stepping on the bag is Orion Nichols. 3rd time that Grosskreutz has grounded to first unassisted. And so for the Warriors, they do pick up 1 run on 3 hits. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base. We've played 5.5. And it's the Vikings 11 and the Warriors 7 on NLWN-TV.
You too can help support Colfax School Athletics. Simply join us at the Colfax School Athletic Booster Club. The Booster Club is committed to create an environment that inspires student athletes, coaches, parents, and the community to come together and create a positive and spirited atmosphere. As a member, you'll have the opportunity to plan and participate in exciting club activities like next year's Viking Gala. The Colfax Booster Club meets on the 2nd Wednesday of every month at the Viking Bowl. Come and check us out.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
And we're back here at Colfax High School, heading into the bottom of the 6th inning. Vikings on top, 11-7. Manning starting his 2nd inning of work on the mound for the Warriors. And due up for the Vikings, we have Orion Nichols, Jimmy Hobine, and Grant Palowitz. Nichols steps in. Technically, he's 0 for 1, but he's drawn 2 walks. And scored twice. Pitch is inside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. And the pitch. That one's fouled at the plate. 2-1. Here's the wind and the pitch. There's a shot poked out into center field and base hit for Nichols. So the Vikings have a runner on, brings up Jimmy Hobine, who is 2 for 2 with 3 RBI. Single to center, single to left. Don't forget, later on tonight on NLWN-TV, we have the feature coming up. There's a strike called. The feature is called Cavaliers to MLB. It features those Cavaliers who played in the majors. That pitch is fouled back by Holbein. No balls, 2 strikes. That'll be coming up at 8:30 tonight on NLWN-TV. Pitch is outside for a ball. Cavaliers have produced a number of players who have appeared in the majors. Check swing high for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Holbein held up on that one. Manning delivers. That one's fouled down the third base line. Two balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Curveball outside. Count is full now to Jimmy Holbein. And the payoff pitch. Fly ball out into left center field, and that's going to go all the way out to the fence. Nichols round second. He's going to check in at third, and Nichols comes around to the plate, and they miss the tag, throw to third, and it goes out into left field, and Holbein comes in to score. So Holbein has a double to center field with an RBI. Nichols came in to score, and then Holbein scored on the error on the throw by the catcher. It went out into left field. That makes it 13-7. And brings up Grant Palowitz. Palowitz is 0 for 3 today, and he hits that one out into right field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. He rounds first, he heads over to second, slides in, and he's safe. I think home plate umpire said out. And the base umpire did not see it, so he deferred to home. So Palowitz gets credit for a single, and he's out 9-4 on the throw. So that's the first out of the inning, brings up Logan Hedela, who's got a 2-hit game going. He told me his bat was going to come alive one of these days. And he fouled that one back. That was a telltale sign of the sound of the ball thunking off a car. There's a line shot out into center field. That's a 3-hit day for Hedela. And that's going to bring up Chase Albright. Grounded into a fielder's choice his last time up. He's also walked a couple times, scored a couple runs. And that pitch just missed outside. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Vikings up by 6. And the pitch. Inside, throw down to first. Hedela's back. And they got him. Base umpire said they got him. It was close the last time it happened. This time they got him. So 2 down. Albright still at the plate. And that's a strike called. 2 balls and a strike. That pitch is outside. 3 balls and a strike. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Come on, make contact, buddy.
Full count. There's a fly ball out towards left field. It's back in the corner. It's going to fall in, roll to the fence. Albright is going to check in at second with a double.
Come on, Grant. It's your time now.
Grant Cook comes to the plate.
Come on, Grant, buddy.
Cook is 0 for 2, struck out and grounded to short. He also drew a walk, scored a run. Pitch is inside for a ball. Manning at the belt, and he delivers. Swing and a miss.
Come on. Watch that ball. Come all the way in.
Albright with his lead. Pitch is outside for a ball. Two balls and a strike. And the 2-1 pitch. It's high for ball 3. This is what Cook's been waiting for, a hitter's pitch. 3 balls and 1 strike. And the 3-1 pitch. That's inside for ball 4. Second walk of the day for Grant Cook. Now the Vikings have 2 runners on. Brings up Grant DeMoe, who's walked twice. Struck out looking. And the pitch. Strike called on the outside edge of the plate. Manning at the belt. Runners go. Swing and a miss for a strike. And Cook is back in safe. But Albright stole third on the play. Runners on the corners. That's high for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Strike 3 called at the letters. So the Vikings pick up 2 runs on 5 hits. There was 1 error and 2 left on base. We've played 6, and it's the Vikings 13 and the Warriors 7 on NLWN-TV.
Bowling, America's pastime. From enjoying family fun to participating in a league, bowling is a central part of our culture. Let Viking Bowl and Lounge help you introduce bowling to your family. They offer a full menu, as well as drinks and activities to please all ages. That's the Viking Bowl and Lounge on Main Street in Colfax. Call 715-962-3252.
NLWN-TV is excited to once again bring you Colfax Viking Baseball. Our next game will be on Monday, May 4th, when the Vikings take on the Durand, Arkansas Panthers in a makeup game from Colfax High School. Our coverage begins with the In the Dugout show beginning at 4:40 p.m. That's Colfax Viking Baseball on Monday, May 4th on NLWN-TV.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. Top of the 7th inning, Vikings up by 6. Rob Holman is in. It's not a safe situation for Rob, but it is a hold situation. I think. Well, wait a minute. No, it would be a save situation. Top of the 7th. So this is actually his 4th inning, so it does qualify as a save situation for Holman. Due up for the Warriors. And the first pitch is a called strike to Jarrett Case, the pitcher, or third baseman now. And there's a shot over past second base out into right field. That's the 3rd hit of the night for Jarrett Case. Brings up Casey Becker. He's 0 for 2, flew out to center field twice, also drew a walk. Curveball missed outside for a ball. Holman delivers. And that one missed. Ball 2. And the pitch. Oh. 3 balls. That must have been a little bit inside because it was definitely in the zone otherwise. And the pitch. There's a strike called. That's the get me over pitch. 3 balls and 1 strike. Holman delivers. That's down low for ball 4. So the Warriors keep scrapping. They've got 2 runners on, nobody out. Bennett Burr coming to the plate. Burr is 0 for 2. And there's a strike at the knees. No balls and a strike. They're over to second and not in time. Jarrett Case at second. Casey Becker at first. Swung and fouled at the plate by Bennett Burr. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out towards left field. Palowitz is back. He makes the catch and gets it back into the infield. 1 down. Takes us back to the top of the order. Wyatt Lundgren. And Lundgren has, well, he's gone 2 for 3. Scored 3 runs. He singled twice, drew a walk. And there is a strike called. And the pitch. There's a pop-up, and it's going to be out of play. Not quite. Lands right in front of us. That one would have hit the roof that time, Kaylin, I think. Just about 2 feet in front of the fence. Throw over to second. It's not in time. You know, Holman's a young player. I don't know if he realizes he can bluff the throw to second, and it's not a balk. And there's a ground ball. Tried to knock it down with, and the run comes in to score. Throw over to third, and they've got him in the rundown, and they're going to make the tag. So, that's going to be a base hit for Lundgren as Case comes in to score. So give him an RBI. And Becker is out 2-5 on the putout. Runner goes, throw down to second, and it's not in time. So Lundgren steals second. 2 down. 13-8, Vikings on top. Pop up. And DeMoe couldn't quite get there. He was dancing with Scott Thiesing, the umpire, a little bit. I don't know who was leading on that dance, but this is Caleb Arcand. He did hit a home run today. Throw to second. It's close, but not in time. Holman delivers, runner goes, fly ball out into left field, moving back is Albright, and he makes the catch. And that's going to do it. So the final score, Vikings come out on top, get their second win of the season, 13-8, as the Warriors did get 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base. Like I said, Vikings pick up the win 13-8, and we will have all the details of that for you coming up on Viking Download, and that's coming up next on NLWN-TV.
Cardinal Glass in Menominee is leading the industry in the development of residential glass for windows and doors. At Cardinal, we try to maintain a clear vision, design, and fabricate the most advanced residential glass products in the industry. Whether it's with insulating glass, coated, laminated, tempered, or regular float glass, our goal is to turn fresh research and development ideas into useful products that regular homeowners can use. Cardinal Glass in Menominee makes sure it is all designed to provide the latest in applied glass science. That's Cardinal Glass, 2200 Stocky Parkway in Menominee, proud to support the Colfax Vikings.
Colfax Vikings roar, we'll rise up high. With every base we touch the sky. Singles, doubles,
Thank you for joining us for today's Colfax Vikings baseball game. This has been a presentation of NLWN-TV. This has been presented for the private listening and viewing use of the TuneIn audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or reproduction in any form without the express written consent of the Northern Light Webcasting Network LLC and Colfax High School is strictly prohibited. Stay tuned! Coming up next is Viking Download, where we take a look back at today's Colfax Viking game.
We'll always elevate.
Gerald the Fish. What about like Joaquin Bartholomew? Joaquin Bartholomew. Yeah. See ya. See ya. Joaquin Bartholomew. What? How did you think of that? I have no idea. Since we gave him that title, he should honestly be the king of the pond. King of the pond. Yeah. He's out there somewhere. For real. You want this one? Oh, yeah. Nice. All right.
Time now for Viking Download with a talk about today's Colfax Viking baseball game. And now, back out to the ballpark.
Back here at Colfax High School, Vikings come away winners by a score of 13-8, puts the Viking record up to 2 wins and 6 losses in conference play, and the Clear Lake Warriors drop to 1-6. Vikings got 13 runs on 11 hits. They committed 3 errors, and the Warriors 8 runs on 11 hits. They committed 1 error. Winning pitcher Orion Nichols, and the save goes to Rob Holman, and the losing pitcher was Casey Becker. We will have Ben Anderson coming over shortly to talk to us, as I think he's pretty much done. Well, now the team is kind of gathering, as they look pretty happy over there today with their second win of the season. They've come close, and now they finally put it together and got one. And Ben will be over, and he'll give us the comments on that. And we're going to take a timeout till he gets here on NLWN-TV.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
All right, look at you taking the stairs. Who are you?
We're your lungs. We are proud of you for quitting smoking, but you still may be at risk for lung cancer.
A routine cancer scan can detect it early when it's more curable. Good to know. Well, I gotta go somewhere.
So do we.
So do we.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
No, no, no. Turn it down. Turn it off. Get a hand. Lose the bells and whistles. Drive without distractions.
We come from a long line of farmers, and there's a sense of pride, but there's also a significant amount of pressure.
Farmers have to take care of their physical and their mental health, because what's a farm without a farmer?
Watching the sun come up, that's my time. I can have a cup of coffee, and every day's a new opportunity.
That's cool. Your hand's gotten so cute.
Yay!
Don't forget to check in on yourself. Love, your mind.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. Coach Ben Anderson ready to talk to us a little bit. Hey, we came in the right column tonight.
Yeah, got the W. Got our second conference win so far this year. That's awesome. Kids played well. Kind of put a couple together. It was awesome to see. We fell behind early with that home run that they hit, and that was nice to see us bounce back a little bit.
Interesting coincidence about that home run. The other game that you won this year
hit a home run.
They hit a home run in the top of the first inning.
Yep.
And then you guys came back and won.
We just didn't get a home run like we did in that game, but that's okay. I'll take it. So we hit the ball really well tonight. Ran the bases.
11 hits tonight.
Is that what we had? Was 11 hits? That's awesome. You
cut the errors in half from last night.
We talked about that before the game. Let's cut them down, and you can just tell we played better, and we put pressure on the other team. They had we made them make some errors on a few times, and ran the ball. We made some outs on the bases, which we got to clean up a little bit, but we're gaining.
Well, you guys made some outs on the bases, but you guys were being aggressive, and that's something that this young team needs to do.
Oh, 100%. Yep. We need to learn how to be baseball, be in the baseball game and put pressure on them. And we're not used to the catcher back picking us a little bit, and I'm not real sure about the one down at first if he was actually out or not. But so I think that was a kind of a tough call, but we'll take it. We'll take any way we can get it.
Well, yeah, 13-8. That's kind of a nice sounding number, and it was good to see Orion Nichols. He'd been struggling a little on the mound this year, and he threw a pretty good first chunk of innings, and
Yeah, I think he went 3 real strong innings for us. Ask a lot of him. He golfed all day today, and then to come here and pitch a little bit, that's a lot of time on your feet, and he got us as far as we needed. And then Rob came,
Holman
just comes in and throws strikes for us, right?
He throws strikes, but he throws the best-looking junk strikes I've ever seen.
He does. Yeah, he makes it. He's got a little funky delivery a little bit, and so it kind of comes out of his hand a little bit funny, and I think it's hard for him to pick it up. And
you can see that with the number of times they just popped real soft little foul balls away. Couldn't do much of anything with it.
For sure. Yeah, no, he's got something with him that definitely makes it tough, which it was awesome. Like he ate up 3 strong innings for us, and to get the outs that we needed at that tough time.
And you really needed that. After the game last night, your 2 pitchers from last night weren't available tonight because you needed them for as many pitches as they threw.
For sure,
That's what happens when you send a game into 10 innings.
Yeah, I know. We pretty much played 3 games in 2 days, so we needed these 2 guys to get us a good outing, and they did. They fought. We gave up 2 or 3 early, and then we kind of shut them down a little bit, and it was just they just pecked away at us, and we put up a big 8 runs in that 1 inning. That was big for us as well too. So
now you get to relax a little this weekend and then face the Durand, Arkansas Panthers.
Yeah, Monday. Who's has surprised me a lot this year. It sounds like they're playing really well. We haven't seen them yet. They got a pitcher that's pretty good that I'm sure we'll face on Monday, and we're ready to go. I think we're gaining. I'd love to have seen 2 wins this week, but I guess we'll take 1 and gain on that. So
maybe you'll find a way to pull off the upset on Monday and surprise Durand.
Hey, we can stay in any game, no doubt, and we'll figure out ways to win these sometime here soon.
Well, you've doubled your win production from last season, so that's a step in the right direction, and things are looking up a little bit.
Yep, we're starting to gain. Guys are starting to figure out how to play ball and just be in baseball mode. And no, it's not so much hollering and telling them where to go. They're starting to figure it out on their own, and which is awesome to see. So I'm excited to see us coming up.
Well, congratulations on the win tonight, 13-8, and we'll see you on Monday.
Thanks, appreciate it.
And we'll be back with more right after this timeout on NLWN-TV.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
And we're back here at Colfax High School where the Vikings come away winners over the Clear Lake Warriors. There's a little bit of JV action going on right now out on the field. And they aren't keeping it on the scoreboard. It's more of just a scrimmage out there. But the Vikings come away winners in the varsity game by a score of 13-8, upping their record to 2 wins and 6 losses on the season, 2-7 overall. And the Warriors are now 1-6 in the conference play. Vikings had 13 runs on 11 hits, committed 3 errors, and the Warriors had 8 runs on 11 hits and committed 1 error. Winning pitcher, Ryan Nichols. Loser was Rob Holman. Or check that. Save goes to Rob Holman, and the loser to Casey Becker. So that's just about going to wrap things up for us. I want to remind you to join us on NLWN-TV at 8:30 this evening. So just a little over an hour from now. And we'll bring you our feature program called Cavs to MLB, where we feature Cavalier players who also played in the major leagues. Also, make sure you join us here on NLWN-TV on Monday when the Vikings host the Durand, Arkansas Panthers. The Bullpen show begins at 4:30, followed by live play-by-play. The Viking girls softball team will play on Monday when they travel to Plum City to place the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. First pitch will be at 5 o'clock. The Viking boys and girls track teams will compete on Monday at the 6-team Fall Creek Invitational. First events will begin at 4 p.m. Also, make sure to join us here on NLWN-TV Sunday as we bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers opening their 55th season by hosting the Whitehall Whitetails from Carson Park in Eau Claire. The In the Dugout show begins at 12 noon, followed by live play-by-play action. That's live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on Sunday on NLWN-TV. Tonight's Colfax Viking Baseball game has been brought to you by American Yard Restoration, Anderson Bridges, Cardinal Glass in Menominee, Chippewa Valley Museum, the Colfax High School Booster Club, the Concierge Home Decor and more, Dairy State Bank, Clucas Electric, Logslet Plumbing, Midwest Environmental Consultants, Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, and SK Screen Printing and Embroidery, and the Viking Bowl in Colfax. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Colfax Viking Baseball on NLWN-TV. So for Jocelyn Lemler on the camera tonight and Kaylin Olson on the computer, this is Rick Olson. That final score once again, Vikings 13, the Clear Lake Warriors 8. You've been tuned to Viking Download on NLWN-TV.
You've been watching Viking Download with a talk about today's Colfax Viking baseball game. This has been a production of NLWN-TV.
Out high, hear the crowds roar. Colfax boys stepping up, ready to soar. Colfax Viking High, where the spirit ignites. Baseball dreams painted in red and white lights. Local boys in their caps, hustling for the thrill. America's game, oh what a beautiful chill. Yeah, swing it, toss it, here comes the pitch. Boys in the field gotta make that switch. Bringing pride to our streets, we're ready.